What is it like to be the most intelligent person in the world? I do not know. You should ask Tesla. That is exactly what Albert Einstein said. Yes, our great scientist always held a special admiration for another scientist, a person they called a madman, doing science. That person was named Nikola Tesla. Tesla is known as the great inventor of the 20th century, having created more than 300 inventions. The most notable of these must be the invention of alternating current. However, Tesla's life was quite challenging because, in his era, humanity was not capable of fully understanding the ideas he put forth. It was only much later that people realized Tesla was truly something beyond the limits of the human race. The mysteries he left for science are being uncovered every day. Today, we are here together to discuss the life and the mysteries surrounding the 20th century inventor, Nikola Tesla. Before we begin the video, we sincerely hope you can support the channel with a like and a subscription so that we have the motivation to produce more quality videos in the future. Now, for the main content. Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, and passed away on January 7, 1943. Tesla's father was an Eastern Orthodox priest, and his mother was a woman who was constantly exploring and inventing household items for the family. From a young age, Tesla tinkered with inventions alongside his mother. Because of this, he dreamed that one day he would become a great inventor. When he went to college, Tesla was interested in studying physics and mathematics, but he gradually shifted his focus to electrical engineering. He attended a technical school in 1873, followed by the Austrian Polytechnic Institute. However, during this time, Tesla became obsessed with gambling, to the point of being expelled. Yet, everything quickly changed when Tesla pulled himself together and continued to develop his passion for electricity. With his inherent talent, he was hired at a telephone company in Budapest, Hungary, in 1881. During this time, he successfully built an induction motor. However, because no European investor was interested in this novel product, he decided to move to the United States in 1884 to work for Thomas Edison in New York City. Tesla was hired to work at Edison Machine Works. Tesla's work began with simple electrical engineering and quickly progressed to solving some of the company's most difficult problems. He was even assigned the task of completely redesigning the Edison company's direct current generators. Tesla was able to redesign Edison's outdated and inefficient generators and motors, improving both their economic efficiency and their quality. According to Tesla, Edison said that if he could do it, "We will pay you $50,000. This was an unbelievable statement from Edison, who was known to be stingy with salaries and did not have that kind of money readily available. After months of work, Tesla completed the assignment and asked for the promised money. Edison replied that he was only joking. "Tesla, you do not understand our American humor." Tesla understood that Edison would not actually pay him that amount. Instead, Edison offered only a $10 raise from $18 a week to Tesla. Dissatisfied and feeling that he had been tricked, coupled with disagreements over the use of alternating current, a crucial invention, Tesla quit shortly after. Immediately upon leaving the Edison company, Tesla researched and patented an arc lighting system similar to the equipment he had developed at the Edison factory. In March 1885, he met patent lawyer Lemuel Sorel, who was also used by Edison to seek help with the patent application. Sorel introduced Tesla to two businessmen, Robert Lane and Benjamin Vail. They agreed to finance Tesla's manufacturing company, the Tesla Electric Light and Manufacturing Company, which produced and supplied direct current electrical equipment. He worked extremely hard for the remainder of the year to secure patents, including an improved DC generator, which was the first patent granted to Tesla in the United States. His new system attracted attention in many newspapers and technical forums for its advanced features. Nevertheless, the investors showed little interest in Tesla's ideas for new types of alternating current motors and transmission equipment. After these AC devices were operational in 1886, they decided that the manufacturing side of the business was too competitive and chose to simply run the DC electric utility. They formed a new company. They fired Tesla, abandoned his company, and left the inventor penniless. Tesla even lost control of the patents he had created because he had assigned them to the company in exchange for stock. Our great scientist had to work as an electrician and even had to dig ditches to survive. Tesla later recalled that the winter of 1886 to 1887 was a time of terrible headaches and bitter tears. During this period of hardship, he questioned why he had pursued his education. He wrote that his high education in science, mechanics, and literature seemed like a mockery to him at the time. However, the difficulties gradually passed. During that era, this idea conflicted with Edison's invention of direct current. To undermine Tesla's credibility, Edison used many tactics to frighten people about the dangers of alternating current. In response to these actions, at the Chicago Exposition in 1893, Tesla used alternating current to light up more than 90,000 light bulbs simultaneously. Immediately, this event caused a major sensation worldwide. Later, at an exhibition in 1898 at Madison Square Garden, Tesla astonished the public by presenting a radio-controlled boat. The crowd was very surprised, but because they could not find a logical explanation for the phenomenon, they thought it was merely magic. Some people even suggested that the boat moved because of a trained monkey hidden inside. This invention of Tesla's was a precursor to the later age of robotics. His invention was so far ahead of its time that it was rejected. In fact, he was initially denied a patent because the idea was too unbelievable. Also, stemming from the radio wave invention in 1926, he predicted that when humans could skillfully use wireless technology, the entire Earth would become a single, inseparable entity. This means that anywhere we are, we can instantly connect with each other and be able to see each other's faces and hear each other's voices. There would be a device of minimal volume with such functionality that we could easily put it in our pockets. This is analogous to the smartphone we use today. Nikola Tesla's inventions are considered to be 300 years ahead of their time. He always looked towards the future, and that is why people called him the inventor of the 20th century. Tesla's admirers believed that he possessed a formidable superpower called eidetic memory. This is the ability to visualize images with high accuracy for a short period of time. However, to those who were envious and jealous, Tesla was a person with a mind that was different from the average person. Simply put, they regarded him as a madman, because even from a young age, he was always isolated in his actions. He often withdrew to reflect on life. For him, every street and every corner of a house became a familiar location. Tesla was also considered eccentric in his work. It is said that he once worked continuously for many days without sleep, and his sleep was often fitful and interrupted. Some even suggest that Tesla conceived his inventions while asleep. Furthermore, Tesla's lifestyle at the time was also considered crazy. He often exerted himself, walking 8 to 10 kilometers every day, every evening. Before going to bed, he would massage his toes because he believed it would stimulate his brain cells. In particular, Tesla is also thought to have suffered from obsessive-compulsive disorder, or OCD, a chronic psychological disorder. However, Tesla had OCD at a time when people did not even know what OCD was. Although some evidence of OCD has been recorded in history, the media was not readily available to disseminate that information widely around the world. Regarded as a genius, constantly worrying about germs and obsessed with cleanliness, Tesla always avoided contact with all potential sources of disease in a rather extreme way. He washed his hands very often in his later years. Tesla always ensured that all food prepared for him had to be thoroughly cooked. The scientist even divided the mass of food on his plate, calculating the exact number of times he needed to chew to eat the dish most neatly. His fear of bacteria was further expressed through the notes Tesla left behind. He wrote that, "If you could only see, just for a few minutes, the hideous, hairy, and ugly creatures more repulsive than anything you have ever seen swarming in the water, you would never dare drink another drop of unboiled or uncleaned water." And he was not only afraid of germs in water, he was also afraid of germs on other people's hands. He often refused to shake hands, and if he did, he would wear gloves to avoid direct contact with people. Tesla's peculiar habits and actions were often dismissed by his admirers, who considered them merely the eccentricities of a genius. Conversely, Tesla's critics used them as evidence that he was not entirely sane. They were all wrong. Tesla was a patient in need of care. Unfortunately, he did not receive it. Nikola Tesla died in poverty and loneliness, a sad end for a great inventor and engineer. Today, we see inventions using Tesla's ideas everywhere. We have alternating current, mobile phones, or remote control devices. The ideas that Tesla put forth truly changed the world and altered the course of developmental history. But humanity could perhaps achieve an even greater leap, bringing our civilization to a cosmic level even faster, if one mysterious legacy left by Tesla were resolved. What I am referring to is Tesla's obsession with the numbers 3, 6, and 9. If you know the magnificence of 3, 6, and 9, you will have a key to the universe. This is what Tesla constantly pondered while he was alive. We know that Tesla always sought to explore and harness the secrets of the world. He did that with electricity, with some inventions that are still present today. He believed that he could do the same with the numbers 3, 6, and 9. In reality, no one has yet been able to prove the mystery of these three numbers because, to us, they are just ordinary numbers. But one thing we are certain of is that Nikola Tesla was truly obsessed with those numbers. What significance did they hold for this inventor? Why did Tesla think that 3, 6, and 9 were important? In fact, these three numbers relate to complex mathematical patterns and the history of humanity. Let us start with the number 1. Double the number 1 to 2. Double 2 to 4. Double 4 to 8. Double 8 to 16. In that number, 1 plus 6 is 7. Double 16 is 32. 3 plus 2 equals 5. Double 32 is 64. Then 6 plus 4 is 10. And 10, in turn, leads to a sum of 1. If we continue calculating this way, the sequence of sums we get will be 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, 1, 2. You can see that the numbers 3, 6, and 9 are not mentioned in this sequence. It is as if they are excluded from this pattern. But wait, the interesting part is still to come. What happens when you start doubling the three numbers, 3, 6, and 9? Double 3 is 6. Double 6 is 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Double 12 is 24. 2 plus 4 equals 6. No matter how many times you double, the result will always be 3, 6, 3, 6. And the number 9 is not in this sequence. However, if you start doubling the number 9, it will always lead to a result of 9 in the same method of calculation: 18, 36, 72, 144, 288, 576. Tesla himself believed that vibration, energy, and frequency correspond to 3, 6, and 9. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. The scientist Marco Rodin believes that 3, 6, and 9 represent the flux field, or a vector from the third to the fourth dimension. Among them, the number 3 is especially significant. This is because it also frequently appears in human history, from the three-sided triangle to the Trinity in many religions. Throughout his life, Tesla demonstrated this obsession in various ways. He often walked 3 times around a building before entering. Tesla washed his dishes with 18 napkins, because 18 is divisible by 9, 6, and 3. The inventor would also only stay in hotel rooms whose number was divisible by 3. And until the end of his life, he also died in room number 327. Tesla's 3, 6, and 9 theory remains vital to this day. That is evidence that his ideas do not fade with time. Tesla is always known for his groundbreaking, even crazy ideas. Nikola Tesla's wonderful inventive ideas truly were ahead of their time. Aiming for world peace through access to free energy, one of Tesla's most famous designs is the death ray, conceived to project a special beam that could instantly halt any act of war. Unlike the need for intervention by other means and weapons, the death ray could stop the threat of war almost immediately. Because of its uniqueness and apparent madness, Nikola Tesla's research documents were highly coveted by both the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany. After he was discovered deceased in a New York hotel room in January 1943, the mystery began when a large number of Tesla's research documents vanished without a trace. Nikola Tesla's family stated that before they could access his assets, an anonymous organization took a significant amount of the scientist's personal papers and related documents. Some opinions suggest that Soviet scientists took advantage of the opportunity to access and study Nikola Tesla's works. Suspicion then turned towards the Russian scientists' pursuit of anti-gravity, because of rumors that their design was 99% identical to a lost research manuscript of Tesla's. Other opinions point towards the intelligence forces of Nazi Germany, as it is highly likely that they also had possession of not a few of Tesla's research documents several years before he passed away. It is believed that these documents helped the Nazis create superior weapons before the Allied forces. However, the biggest suspect behind the mass disappearance of research in the Tesla file is the United States itself. Why is that? When Tesla died, he left his assets to his nephew, Sava Kosanovic, the Yugoslav ambassador to the United States. At that time, the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation feared that Kosanovic was attempting to seize Tesla's technology and use it as a weapon against the United States. Therefore, the FBI took many steps ahead of time to keep it completely hidden from public view. Nikola Tesla did not have American origins, but he was an American citizen. Possessing a series of dangerous inventive ideas, Washington seemed to pay close attention to his research treasure trove. Research programs based on the documents left by Tesla were classified as matters of national security. They were completely secret from the scientific community, both domestically and internationally. After many years of cover-up, under the approval of the Freedom of Information Act in 2016, the FBI was finally forced to disclose 250 pages of the Tesla documents. This shows that all suspicions about Washington borrowing Nikola Tesla's research are entirely justified. But even though they have been publicly released, many questions remain unanswered, and many documents are still believed to be missing from this file. This is because, while the FBI confirmed that Tesla left 80 volumes of documents, only 60 volumes were returned to his homeland. So, where are the remaining 20 volumes now? For a long time, the FBI controlled Nikola Tesla as well as his own research. A leaked FBI document states that Tesla was very likely a Venusian sent to Earth to a Tesla family in 1856 in a mountainous town in the former Republic of Yugoslavia. A recently disclosed confidential FBI letter mentions that Tesla had successfully invented an interplanetary communication device. The machine was put into operation, helping him and his engineers communicate regularly with many spacecraft from outer space, as well as welcome extraterrestrials to visit. The FBI also spread the rumor that, in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the scientist Nikola Tesla reported contact with the Pleiadians and allies on Venus. The Pleiadians are believed to originate from another planet, are a benevolent species, always wanting to promote peace and prosperity, have a human-like appearance, and have been on Earth for a long time. They are the ones who shared technologies with Tesla that led to his invention of alternating current, or hundreds of tools used in aerospace and electronic technology. Tesla's aura of mystery grew when the FBI claimed to possess documented information related to UFOs after his death. Furthermore, the suspicions surrounding the crazy invention, the Tesla scope, capable of communicating with extraterrestrials and civilizations beyond Earth, also intrigued the public. According to the FBI, Tesla hoped to prove the existence of life on Mars by using the Tesla scope. However, to this day, no one has verified the FBI's announcements about the documents they hold related to Tesla's strange research and identity. Even many of Tesla's current documents are still considered science fiction due to their mystery. Whether Tesla was a Venusian or not is probably not too important, because his contributions to humanity are already immense. The secrets concerning his missing document pages are another matter entirely. Tesla's secret documents may contain information so valuable that it could transform its owner into a god. That is right. There are conspiracy theories suggesting that the United States may actually have used Tesla's legacy to do the work of God, that is, controlling nature on this earth. The United States government, under the guise of national security, is always secretly hunting for his manuscripts to create types of superweapons. It appears that at least 2 of Tesla's inventive ideas have been thoroughly exploited by the United States government to create a subterranean empire with the goal of manipulating the Earth and humanity. The evidence is the bizarre current climate change and extreme weather. It is highly possible that the United States has planned to borrow Nikola Tesla's ideas to control and then dominate all of humanity in the future. The most terrifying things the Americans are doing through Tesla's research are hidden under the shadow of a scientific project. The project is called HAARP, established in 1993. HAARP is the name of the High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, headquartered in Gakona, Eastern Alaska, United States. This is a program classified at the highest level of national security by the United States government. Since information about it emerged, it has been completely secret from all related sectors, including the scientific community, both domestically and internationally. It was only after classified documents were forced into public disclosure recently that people learned about this terrifying project and began to ask many questions. The biggest question is whether HAARP is a new type of weapon, a non-lethal weapon disguised as scientific research. And if that is true, how is this new type of weapon so powerful that it can manipulate the world? First, you need to know that this is a completely new type of weapon, new in form, operating mechanism, and the way it was created. HAARP began research in 1993 as part of the United States Star Wars Defense Plan, deployed in the 1990s and funded by the Air Force, Navy, University of Alaska, and the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. This program uses high-frequency electronic signal generators directed into the ionosphere and then records the changes created by this process of impact. The signal will be beamed into the ionosphere at 3 different levels: ultra-low frequency, ULF, high frequency, HF, and very high frequency, VHF. the United States government initially stated that HARP ambitiously sought to create controllable changes in the Earth's ionosphere through a super-powerful transmission station. Once they fully understood the activities in the ionosphere, physicists could mitigate the devastating effects of solar storms on Earth. However, the story seems unlikely to be that simple, especially with the enormous sum of nearly $500 million spent on HARP. Therefore, this program is probably aimed at a more profound goal: controlling the ionosphere and thereby creating a new type of world-destroying weapon called the weather weapon. Documents reveal the dark secrets behind HARP's seemingly safe research facade. Accordingly, the nature of this program is a military technology project with ground-based transmission equipment capable of sending radio waves into the ionosphere. The physical properties of the ionosphere change constantly by the hour, minute, day, and season. It becomes even more complex near the Earth's magnetic poles, where the most typical phenomenon of ionospheric change is the aurora. Thanks to advanced technological equipment, scientists can record very small changes in the ionosphere when it is continuously or intermittently stimulated at different frequencies. Scientists around the world have observed that weather changes below the surface are often governed by changes in the ionosphere. Thus, if the changes in the ionosphere can be understood and controlled, humans can entirely dominate the process of weather change on the surface. Operating in this way, the HARP project can subdue the climate and create weather changes at the selected target location. It can cause floods, storms, extreme heat or extreme cold, and even earthquakes of high intensity. Many experts believe that this is a sophisticated but very effective form of weapon use if operated smoothly. If the HARP program succeeds, the United States can entirely create super storms or super tornadoes to strike nations considered a threat to them. The destructive power of a superstorm can devastate a nation's economy, requiring decades to recover. The capability to create superweapons from this program is no longer just speculation. It has been proven through many related events. The HARP research facility is built in a remote area of Alaska, indicating that the United States is trying to conceal the program's true purpose. To date, about 132 high-frequency transmitters have been installed in Alaska. The weapons of this program are not necessarily placed within the United States, but also in various locations in countries allied with the United States. The United States wants to use HARP to create an extremely large and powerful force aimed at hostile countries or at directions where enemy forces could attack the United States mainland, as well as United States military positions stationed in Allied territories. Independent scientific researchers around the world have repeatedly questioned HARP's connection to recent human disasters. A week before the superstorm Katrina occurred, scientists recorded abnormal atmospheric changes that could have been caused by changes in the ionosphere. In 2005, Hurricane Ophelia moved erratically, and it was the longest-lasting storm ever recorded. The United States Advanced Weather Forecasting System was unable to predict the path of this storm. It moved as if someone were controlling it, rather than following the laws of nature. In 2010, Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez publicly accused HARP of triggering the earthquake in Haiti. According to records, the severe seismic activity in Haiti originated from the collapse of a fault line never before recorded on maps along the boundary of the Caribbean and North American tectonic plates. The HARP facilities in Alaska have also been accused of causing the super typhoon Haiyan, which devastated the Philippines in November 2013, using advanced V3 pulse technology. Every time HARP operates, a natural disaster occurs. This further increases the suspicion among scientists that HARP is a United States program to create weather superweapons. Recently, the most famous whistleblower, Edward Snowden, revealed that HARP is a United States program to create superweapons in order to realize its ambition of world domination. This provides continued, very convincing evidence of the United States government's ambition to control nature and create new superweapons. It is known that in 1977, the United Nations adopted a law to prohibit intervention in the weather for war purposes. But its immense geopolitical potential has led some nations, such as the United States, to secretly research them to gain a dominant geopolitical advantage globally. It is even more dangerous than nuclear weapons. In general, natural phenomena operate according to certain laws. That is the basis for scientists to explore and research them. The ability for humans to control the weather would contribute to mitigating the consequences of climate change. Although the HARPY program still holds many mysteries, the potential to control the ionosphere and thereby control the weather can completely become a reality. And when that happens, weather weapons will be a catastrophe for humanity if they are not constrained by international law. Tesla may not have been an Earthling.